Hello and welcome, Songbirds. It's Kerri Ho from the SongbirdTree.com, and I want to welcome you to a very exciting episode of the Livestream, episode 18, Sing with Vibrato. Okay, this is gonna be a jam-packed session. You're gonna love it. You're gonna go away with understanding what is vibrato, how does it actually enhance your singing. Also, what hinders vibrato? What is it about your singing that is actually making it hard for you to sing with vibrato? And we're going to cover 3 things there. But then you know what? The good news is we're also going to cover the 3 remedies. How are we actually going to fix that so that we can develop a wonderful vibrato for you? Are you excited, Songbirds? I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you so much for joining me live and for watching later. Now, before we get into today's proceedings, let me just quickly tell you, in case you haven't heard, my new program, How to Sing in Mixed Voice and Stop Cracking, Flipping and Straining, full program is coming really soon. In fact, I already have a launch date. We will be launching this program on the 24th of August. Very, very exciting stuff. Now, if you want to be the first to know, then I want you to sign up at the link below. You can click that in the description box. And you'll also get exclusive discounts and free bonuses when that program comes out that I only give to my email subscribers. And if you sign up, you also get a free ebook from me, which is my Ultimate Vocal Warm-Up Guide ebook. So get onto that. The link is in the description box. All right, guys. How are we doing today? Hey, Kathleen, I'm excited that you're excited. Bassett, you're so ready. I'm so ready for this. I know you've been waiting. Hey, Izzy, how you going? Abimbola, so great to see you again. Fantasy Singleton, woohoo! I echo your excitement. All right, let's go, guys. Let's talk about what is vibrato and how does it actually enhance my singing. So vibrato is pretty much it's a very slight pitch bend centered around a note that adds depth, freedom, and stylistic enhancements. So let me show you. I mean, if I was to sing a note straight, for example, this note here, it'd just be ooh. It's just straight. There's no sort of pitch bend in it at all. But if I put a little bit of vibrato in there, ooh, so you can hear that there's a little bit of a pitch bend in there. And immediately you hear a little bit more sort of depth and freedom, right? And what I mean by stylistic enhancements is like if you're singing musical theatre, for example, vibrato is something that is going to really enhance it, you know? It's not something you need to use in every single style of music. But, you know, for some styles of music, it's more sort of just a little bit of a sprinkling at the end of a sentence. So, for example, for pop music, you know, you wouldn't have vibrato everywhere. You wouldn't be like, if you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Like that's too much for a pop song. But what you might do is put a little bit of vibrato at the end, right? Like, if you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time, you know what I mean? But for musical theatre, for example, you actually want to use it. So for example, if I sang on my own, pretending he's beside me, as you can hear, I'm using quite a bit of vibrato there because if I didn't sing with vibrato in that musical theatre piece, it just wouldn't feel right. On my own, pretending he's beside me. You know what I mean? It just loses the style, yeah? So vibrato, slight pitch bend centered around a note that adds depth, freedom, and stylistic enhancements. So what hinders vibrato? Like what is it about your singing that may be actually making it really hard for you to sing with vibrato? 3 main things. Number 1, tension in your throat. If you're singing with a closed throat, if your tongue's pulling back, if your larynx is hiking up and that sort of thing, you're going to find it really hard to sing with a natural even vibrato because natural even vibrato happens when your vocal folds are very free to vibrate, okay? So tension in the throat will prevent you from being able to sing with a free open vibrato, okay? But we're going to cover an exercise later to help you with that. The second thing that will hinder vibrato is poor breath management. So if you're not approaching your breathing technique in the correct manner, then you're also going to find that vibrato is really, really hard to produce naturally, because it's your breath is the fuel to your voice. Just like you put petrol in a car, which then helps the car to move, right? Your fuel is like the petrol, but for your vocal folds, all right? When you take a breath in and that breath flows through your vocal folds, that's what causes the vibration in order for it to make a sound. But if your breath management is poor, that vibration can't be free enough, and so you're not going to have the freedom to produce vibrato. But of course, I got a solution for that, and I'm going to teach you that exercise in a minute. The third thing that's going to prevent you from singing with a free and beautiful, gorgeous vibrato is lack of agility. What's agility? Agility is basically flexibility. So it's flexibility, but in your throat and your vocal folds, right? So when you think of an athlete, they're flexible. They've got lots of agility, someone who does a marathon running, or someone who, competes at an Olympic level or whatever. You look at them, you're like, oh my gosh, how are they so strong and flexible, This is agility, and we need that for our vocal folds as well in order to be able to sing with a free, natural, gorgeous vibrato, right? And of course, I will have an exercise to help you with that. So let's talk about the solutions. How do we fix those three things that hinder your vibrato and therefore add vibrato to your tone? Now, one thing I want to say before I get onto the exercises is to let you know that vibrato takes time to train. So it's not like you'll do these exercises and all of a sudden you're going to have this gorgeous, perfect vibrato straight away. But hey, maybe for some people that might happen. I mean, it's not to say that that's impossible. But generally speaking, it's actually something that takes time. It takes time to build, And either you have a straight tone right now and you just can't sing with vibrato at all and you want to add vibrato, or maybe your vibrato is too fast, or maybe it's too slow. Well, doing all of these exercises that I'm about to show you is going to help remedy that. It's going to help you add vibrato. If your vibrato is too fast, it's going to help you make it slower. If your vibrato is too slow, it's also going to help you to sort of speed it up a little bit more so that it sounds more natural and free. All right, guys, are you ready to know how to fix these problems and to get your vibrato on? Let me know. Hey, Daniel, you're glad I'm happy. I'm glad that I'm happy too. San, Tucci, hi, and hello to everyone in Chicago as well. Hey, Darren, good to see you again. All right, so let's talk about fixing the things that hinder your vibrato with some amazing exercises. So how do we fix tension in the throat? All right, we fix tension by making sure our throat is really open with a soft palate lift. Your soft palate, that's a bit gross, is just at the roof of your mouth, right at the back in the soft tissue there. That needs to rise in order for it to create space so that your vocal folds can really vibrate freely and produce the vibrato that you're dreaming of, okay? All right, here's the exercise. Everybody just stretch up and do a huge yawn for me. I look like I've just climbed out of bed with this beanie and everything, but it is just a freezing cold day in Melbourne today. 10 degrees Celsius. It's cold. So, and also bad hair day. So here we go. Anyway, yawn again for me. And I want you to really feel what happens in your throat. Do you feel a sense of openness? Do you feel the soft palate lift? Good. Now, when you yawn, I want you to make sure your tongue's down. Okay? Here's the exercise. So we are going to start here, and we're going to do a yawn, stretch, slide down a fifth. So we're going to go, we're literally going to yawn, and then we're going to slide down. So we're going to yawn on pitch, right? We're going to go, come along with me. Good. This is getting rid of the tension so that you can sing with vibrato. Now you've got to really slide it down. Are you yawning with me? Guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm just checking to see because I can see that my mic wasn't working. Is the sound okay now, guys? Just give me a thumbs up. I can hear myself, so I'm assuming that it's all good, but let me know. All right, so that was the exercise that you do to fix tension in your throat, which basically prevents you from singing with a free vibrato. Okay, great. Good to hear that you guys can now hear me. Sorry about that. Technology is a wonderful thing, but it doesn't always cooperate. Okay, so all right, fantastic. Excellent. Okay, so guys, you got that? That yawning exercise is absolute gold, all right? It opens up the throat, lifts up the soft palate. You do that every day and you're going to start to see that vibrato come, all right? The second thing is we are going to fix that poor breath management with a technique of breathing called the Appoggio Breathing, okay? Everybody say Appoggio. You need to say that in a very posh voice because it is an Italian technique developed by some very intelligent guy, and it is classically based, but it is fantastic for contemporary singing, okay, and for developing vibrato. All right, so this is what we are going to do. We're going to breathe. We're going to do an exercise where we breathe in for 4 counts. We're going to stay open in our rib cage for 4 counts, and then we're going to sing a note for 8 counts, okay? So let me demonstrate. Well, first of all, you need to put your hands on your rib cage, right there, okay? You should feel the bones, okay? So that's where I want you to put your hands. Now what you're going to do is you're going to do a stretch. You're going to try and stretch your ribs sideways to make your hands move out sideways. Do that for me, guys. And you're going to try and do it without lifting the shoulders and the chest. So you're going to go stretch and then blow the breath out. Again, stretch and blow the breath out, right? See, I'm not doing that, okay? If you're doing that, that is not going to help you sing vibrato, okay? So just try that again. So we're going to just stretch. Yeah. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to stretch. We're going to take 4 counts to stretch open. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So as I'm counting to 4, your rib cage is going 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah? And then we're going to keep it open. We're going to go open, 2, 3, 4. Now what I mean by open is I don't mean hold your breath. I don't mean like right? Because if you hold your breath, you're getting tense, yeah? What I mean is you're just going to try and keep everything open so that the collapse slows down, okay? What you're doing is you're learning how to control your breath exhale now, okay? Rather than just letting all the air go whoosh out all at once, all right? Again, that's not going to help you with vibrato, okay? So here we go. Everybody try this with me. You're going to breathe in for 4, expanding in the rib cage without lifting the shoulders and chest. Then you're going to stay open as open as you can for another 4 counts. Then I'm going to get you to sing a note. For guys, it's down there. Ooh. And I will count to 8. It's because you're only holding it for 8 counts. Okay? All right, let's give this a go. Ready? And breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Now open. 2, 3, 4, and sing. Ooh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop. Excellent. Let's try that one more time, guys. And in, 2, 3, 4. Stay open. 2, 3, 4. Now sing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How did everyone go with that exercise? Look, it's not an easy thing to do, but of course you can rewatch this video again and again and again and practice it daily, okay? Now we're going to go up 5, 5, 10. So we're breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're staying open and buoyant for another 5. And then we're going to sing the same note for 10. Okay? Here we go. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And open, 2, 3, 4, 5. And sing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop. Okay. In case you've forgotten, we're singing it on an ooh. Ooh, okay? All right. Fantastic, guys. Let's try that one again. In for 5, open for 5, sing for 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And open. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now sing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Amazing. Now we're going to do 6. So in for 6, open for 6, sing for 12. Are you up for the challenge, songbirds? I know you are, so I'm just going to go ahead. Ready? And in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and stay open. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and sing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and stop. One more time on the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay open. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now sing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There you go, songbirds. That exercise in itself is going to help you so much with your breath management, which is going to help to free up your vocal folds to produce that vibrato that you have always wanted, okay? So that's the way to practice it. You go from 4, 4 to 8, 5, 5, 10, 6, 6, 12. And then when you master that, then go on. Do 7, 7, 14, 8, 8, 16, 9, 9, 18, 10, 10, 20, you know? That's you're going to love that one. So I hope that you enjoyed that. Now I'm just going to have a look at the comments real quick before I get onto the third exercise and just see how everyone is going. Kathleen's loving it. What do you mean? Did I really sing that, Darren? I'm not sure what you meant. Kathleen's favorite exercise ever. That's so good. Why are you going to pass out, Darren? Jeez, I hope you're okay. All right, cool. We're going to keep going. Okay, so the third exercise that I'm going to give you fixes the third issue. So the third issue I mentioned before is when we lack agility in our voice, then that means that we also it's very hard to sing with vibrato. So we are going to do an exercise to help develop your agility, okay? So that's going to help your vocal folds to really move quickly, flexibly, and help you to get that vibrato you've always wanted. So we're singing on a wee wee. So can you just say wee for me, but don't tighten on it. I don't want you to sing wee wee and over smile it because that's just going to cause tightness. But I want you to make it lazy. It's a wee, wee, wee. See? Yeah? Okay. Here's what we're going to sing. We're going to go wee. Sorry. Wee. See that? See what I just did there? So what I did was I awakened the vibrato by singing the pitch bend, and then I just held it and just let the vibrato come when it was ready. And so that's what you want to do. Now, if you don't initially hear the vibrato straight away, don't be disheartened. Remember what I said at the beginning of this live stream? Vibrato does take time to develop. So you just need to persevere, okay, with the practicing of the exercises. All right, let's start here. Okay, ready? Everybody sing with me. Ready and wee. One more. All right. So there you go, songbirds. 3 amazing exercises for you to get started on in order to fix the problems that we tend to have that actually prevent us from singing vibrato. So fixing the tension in the throat, the poor breath management, and also lack of agility. So practice that daily, guys. Come back to this video again and again. Bookmark it, like it, share it, right? And I can't wait to hear stories of you guys developing an amazing vibrato from that. All right, it is live Q&A time. So do make sure to put your questions in the chat, and I'd love to answer them. Now, while you're doing that, I just want to let you know next week's a very exciting episode of the live stream. I have a very special guest. His name is Andrew Pilcher, and guess what he does for a living? He's a voice physiotherapist. So you know what a physiotherapist does? I mean, they look at the body, and like if I've got an ache in my shoulder or if I've gotten injured or something like that, I go to a physiotherapist and they fix me in terms of my body. Well, a voice physiotherapist is someone who actually specializes in that, but for the voice. How cool is that? I'm very, very lucky to be connected to Andrew. He's a good friend of mine. And we met when we were actually doing a workshop together. We were both invited to be keynote speakers at a conference. And that's where I met him. He's a lovely guy and he's got so much knowledge to share. And we are talking about vocal health and recovery for your voice, okay? That should say not with. That should actually say, let me just fix that real quick. It's vocal health and recovery. Oh, no, that's right. Vocal health and recovery with voice physiotherapist Andrew PILCHER. So I'll be interviewing him and he's going to be sharing golden nuggets of wisdom about just how to keep our voice really healthy from a voice physio perspective. And also if you do feel fatigue or you've damaged your voice in some way, how to actually recover from it. Or even when you get a cold and you lose your voice and stuff like that. You're going to love it. You do not want to miss this one. So just click on the link that's appearing in the screen, but on the description box to set yourself a reminder and to be there at 8 p.m. Monday EDT, which is 10 a.m. Tuesday AEST. Okay, so make sure you're there for that one. All right, it is time for live Q&A. Let me see if there are any questions. Yeah, I'm glad that you're excited, Darren. You're going to love it, right? It's going to be really, really good. Carol says she needs more practice. We all do, Carol. It's all good. NDN Rose says you love this. That is so awesome. Okay, let's answer some questions. Okay, so here we go. How can I initiate my falsetto? I have good breath support, strong head voice, and a wide head range. But when I try to do falsetto, I crack, break, and crumble. Please help. Okay, so I'm not clear on exactly what you're asking. So are you saying that when you sing in your head voice, are you referring to more of a clear, loud tone, like ooh, as compared to ooh, like the breathiness? Is that what you mean? And you're asking me how to sing breathy? Is that what you mean? I'm not quite sure what you mean, Bassett. So if you could just rephrase your question, or if someone else could help me understand, that would be great. I'd love to answer your question. Oh, Laura, I'm so glad that you have found this so brilliant and fun. Glad to have you here. All right, here we go. Got a question here from Mel. I have a hard time going from low to high note smoothly. What can I do? Well, the first thing you need to do is sign up to my email list and you know, because I've got a program coming up, how to sing in mixed voice and stop cracking, flipping and straining. That's going to really, that teaches you everything you need to know, you know, in terms of going from high to low notes. But the first thing I want to say to you, Mel, is that the main thing and the main reason why people cannot move from their low to high note smoothly is because we tend to pull up our chest voice, right? So we tend to do this, na 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 na, and then at some point I'm going to crack just like I did, right? So we got to stop pulling up in chest voice. That's the first thing you need to start doing. And the best way, or one of the really fantastic ways to do that is when you're singing up, don't get louder. Don't be like, you know, like I was doing before. Try and keep the volume really, really just na 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 na. See how I just went through my from low to high pretty smoothly that time, because I didn't pull up in the chest voice. I didn't get louder and louder and pull more muscle up. Okay, so that would be one thing I would ask you to start practicing. Okay, all right. All right, here we go. So Bassett's saying you mean the breathy one. Okay, so you're asking me how to sing in a breathy tone? Is that right? Okay, so this is an interesting one. I honestly normally answer the question of how do I not sing breathy? So I've got to say this is a unique question. So look, when it comes to how to sing breathy, what it means is that, so normally, like what I taught today about singing vibrato, I taught you to expand in your rib cage. And then I asked you to stay open. I asked you to stay open so that your ribs will not collapse so quickly, so that your air could evenly distribute through your notes, and then you start to get this beautiful vibrato going. Now, if you want to sing breathy, it's kind of the opposite. I mean, you still take your breath in the way that, you know, I always teach, which is by expansion of the rib cage, but now you allow yourself to actually let the breath out really quickly by not keeping everything open, but actually pushing the breath out. Yeah, that's the way that you can sing with a breathy tone. So if I want to sing clearly, I want to keep my ribs really open, you know, right? But if I want to be breathy, then I'm going to push that breath out. Yeah, I'm actually pushing it out. So something I get you to practice, Bassett, is a ha. So just go and actually purposefully make the H really loud to help you to sort of let that breath come out. Sorry, and you would do this in your head voice, okay? And I'm actually a bit too low. That's why it sounded funny there. You go like that, or okay? So it's basically the opposite of what I taught today. So I hope that was helpful. Yeah, you are actually, Bassett. Most people ask me, how do I not sing breathy? I keep singing breathy. I want to be clear. You're the opposite, but that's good. So I do want to say with breathy singing, it's an effect. Do you know what I mean? Like as singers, we don't want to sing breathy all the time. If we sing breathy all the time, it's actually quite taxing on the vocal folds. You dry them out really quickly, and then you'll find that the vibration is no longer as free. But if you use it as an effect, right? So you put it in bits and pieces of your songs where you want to show a little bit of vulnerability and I don't know, sadness or something to really express the song, then that's okay. But if you're singing a whole song breathy, not something I recommend, okay? All right. I think I have one more question to answer before we say goodbye. So Carol asks, I can transition from low to high, but I'm having trouble keeping the volume the same. What exercise is best for this? So is your volume getting louder or softer, Carol? I need to know that before I can answer your question. Let me know. Okay, so having trouble. Yeah. But I mean, look, I'm just going to guess while you're typing it in. Look, if your volume is getting louder, right? This breathing technique that I taught you today, the Appoggio, is going to help you, because while you actually learn how to control your breathing and to let the breath come out evenly, that's also going to help you stabilize, you know, the volume. If you're getting louder, you know, try and get softer. Try and sing and get softer, and what you will find is that the volume actually stabilizes. Oh, okay. So you're telling me that you actually get softer as you go higher. Is that right? You're getting okay. So with this one, Carol, that means that your head voice needs development. You actually need to practice your head voice exercises to develop strength and clarity of tone for your head voice. All right. So it sounds like your head voice is tapering off into something a little bit softer and weaker. That's okay. There's a solution for that. So practice all of the head voice exercises that are in my program, the Vocal Revolution, because I know you're a Vocal Revolution member. Make sure you really just do those exercises a bit more than you normally would. So, you know, so things like, you know, singing like an opera singer, you know, like mom, 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 and also with a cry, that's going to really help you to develop strength in your head voice as well. All right, fantastic. Okay, so I don't have time for any more questions, but I will answer this one really quickly, in that you need to just go and look up my How to Sing in Head Voice live stream in my channel. Okay, I've got a whole like half an hour live stream on that. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Good to hear that you're on module 6, Carol. Keep it up, the good work. All right. Fantastic. Thank you so much again for joining me live, guys. Now, remember, if you want to be the first one to know about my new program, How to Sing in Mixed Voice and Stop Cracking, Flipping and Straining, you got to make sure to click on the link below, sign up, and then you'll actually get access to exclusive discounts and free bonuses that I only give to my email subscribers. Launch date is the 24th of August. You put that in your diary, because it's going to be a very exciting day. Now, if you want any more information about working with me as your one-on-one coach, or you want to find out more about my my online singing programs, if you prefer just convenient self-learning and more free content, of course, make sure you go and visit my website at thesongbirdtree.com. Songbirds, you know that I'm always believing in you. So get out there, get grounded, take flight, and sing. And I'll see you at the next live stream for vocal health and recovery with voice physio Andrew Pilcher.